Wait, we're already live.
No.
I do like bread pudding though. I've been thinking about. So what's the process for making that again? Because it's not.
I've
Is it
never
is it
made bread
the
pudding.
English definition of pudding where it's not actually like what we call pudding?
Yeah, I would say yeah. If you're talking about like what spotted dick or whatever they
Hmm.
call it, it's almost more of like like a soft cake, really.
Well, I was referring to more of the fact they call about every dessert pudding.
No, I think I guess it's probably more in line with that, right? Because
Okay.
bread pudding's almost like it's a lot more bread than pudding.
Yeah. But that I do like me some bread pudding.
Even this one always had some apples in it. Oh,
Ooh, send me that recipe.
I didn't make it. I bought it from a store.
Oh, come on.
So I guess I could ask them the recipe, but they might not give it to me. What do you mean? Come on, they don't give you a copy of the recipe with the order.
Is that? Do you not find that that's usually the case?
I mean, not at all stores. It was pretty good though.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, this I had the black raspberry chocolate chip gelato, and oh
Ooh, good
man, it
choice,
was
good choice.
so.
I'm a big black raspberry
I'm
fan.
gonna admit some stupidity here. In my head, for the longest time, gelato was a sorbet or sherbet, which is not the
No,
case.
it's made with eggs.
I did not know that.
But you
So
never, you never watch Scott Pilgrim.
no, never seen it.
There's a funny bit in it where one of the guys has superpowers because he's vegan. And he's tricked into drinking half and half. So the
Uh,
vegan police come to take away his powers. And he goes, "But this is only my first offense." He goes, "Nope. 2 weeks ago you had gelato." He goes, "What? That's not vegan." He goes, "Chicken and eggs, or milk and eggs." He goes, "And then last week you had chicken parmesan." He goes, "Chicken's not vegan."
yeah, I for some reason I always lumped gelato and sherbet into the same category. I don't know why.
Also, who willingly gets sherbet?
Yeah, I mean sorbet I can understand, but the line between those sherbet and sorbet is kind of thin.
I don't know if I've ever been in the mood for only sherbet. Right? And
Yeah,
usually in a place that has sherbet has other frozen dairy options.
yeah. What is it? Because what's the difference? Oh, sherbet actually has dairy in it where sorbet does not. I see. I thought
Oh,
it was the
really?
other way around.
Man, this is getting too complicated. I'm just gonna stick to all American bread pudding. It's got bread, it's got pudding. It's right in the name. I like
I'm
it. Two
pretty sure
ingredients.
that's about as English as you can get. I don't think that's American. You been doing anything fun other than eating some bread pudding?
Is there anything fun besides eating bread pudding?
No, not
Huh?
really.
Pretty mild day. Went a little out east. Um, did a little walking around out
You
there.
weren't.
But
There was that. You weren't anywhere close to that shooting today, were you?
what, the one in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's like an hour away from me.
Okay. I can't. I never remember what side of the state you're on.
So I was not there.
Good. I also realize I should have probably been more specific, given that we live in America.
Well, yes.
Which one? Which one, man?
The one that goes.
Well, we can get into this. I didn't realize how short this album was, so we can get into it. So we're
Yeah.
not dragging things out.
No, got it nice and tight here. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's jump into it.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Audio Shop Podcast. This week we are listening to Johnny Cash and his hot and blue guitar. I want to say hot blue guitar.
No, hot and blue.
Hot and blue guitar by Johnny Cash, obviously. And it's it's just a hair longer than the one we did last time, than Ringo's EP. That was like 14 minutes. This one's only 27.
I guess this is technically album length, right?
Yeah, just barely. I feel like once you breach 30, you're like, okay, you're good. I'm not-
27 is on the shorter side.
It is. I'm not complaining. I was a bit cashed out by the end of it, but
Ha, I get you.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll give a little background on Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Tell us about the Cashman.
So John R. Cash, born J.R. Cash, 1932.
That was
Was
his
all the way
real name?
I guess so.
Hmm.
That's what Wikipedia said. Born 1932, died 2003. So was an American country singer, singer-songwriter, I should say, and kind of known for his deep baritone voice, his distinctive Tennessee sound. Uh, he typically wore all black, nicknamed the Man in Black.
Huh. I didn't know that.
And he's one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Over 90 million records worldwide.
That's a lot of records.
I mean, yeah, early 60s, kind of rockabilly, country, rock and roll sound. Yeah, kind of classic country. And Joaquin Phoenix played him in a movie. So
Really?
yeah, and the movie Walk the Line. It's a biopic. But this album, Johnny Cash with his Hot and Blue guitar, is his debut studio album, 1957.
Wow.
So
Folsom Prison Blues was on his debut album.
Yep.
Wow.
And like I said, released in 1957. They had a re-release in 2002, like an expanded edition. And then in 2012, Kalimba Records reissued the album with 16 additional non-album songs as part of its 63-disc collection set.
Jesus Christ.
That is so many discs. And then, Then
what year was that?
That was in 2012.
Okay. That's a bit more acceptable.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that it's the Johnny Cash, the complete Columbia album collection. So I'm assuming it was literally everything he's ever recorded.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool.
And this 63-disc set.
Animal crackers in my soup.
Oh, boy. Part of this DVD offer. No, so, this is his debut studio album.
I think we dated ourselves a little bit there.
What, that we saw Shirley Temple DVD commercials?
Yeah.
No, everyone experienced that.
I feel... I realize with the advent of internet, that's not as much of a thing these days, but I feel like we all saw the same commercials when we were kids.
No, because we were kids at the same time.
Yeah,
so.
true.
The early 1920s.
Yeah, back in 1820s, not 1920s.
Yeah, the early 1820s.
So quickly before we get into it, I just wanted to share this little tidbit I learned. It's not really got much to do with Cash, but do you know why actors change their name for movies?
What?
Like their stage name?
So they're not like someone else's name at the same time? It's like some Actors Guild thing?
It literally, anyone who signs up with the Actors Guild is not legally allowed to have the same name as someone else.
Yeah.
So that's why Michael J. Fox put the J in there, so he could still use his name.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, same. Yeah, can't call himself Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan was in Looney Tunes. He was in Space Jam. No, he registered with the. Did you say Back in Action? Come on, that was.
That was Brendan Fraser. I know.
And Steve Martin.
Not his finest role. If I might add.
But it was good. I liked it. Anyway, just a little tidbit I learned the other day. I'm like, that's so weird. I don't get it, but okay.
Oh, yeah, just so you don't have a bunch of, John Smiths running around.
True,
It'd be confusing.
Yeah. That's why I was surprised that, because I assume, I don't know, Music Guild or whatever it is had similar rules, so I was surprised that he was born Johnny Cash. I guess he was John Cash, not Johnny.
I'm sure it's a little bit looser back in the 1950s.
So his name was actually John, not Jonathan?
It says Wikipedia says he was born J.R. Cash.
So
I'm not sure if this is like a Harry S. Truman situation where initials literally don't mean anything. It's like, my first name should probably be a name.
Can you imagine naming your son Jay? Like just a letter?
Jay is a name.
Yeah, J-A-Y.
J-A-Y.
Yeah. But I'm saying just the letter. J period. That's his first name.
I guess it's better than being named like, I don't know, M or
yeah.
What's a worse letter than that? W.
Yeah, that's worse. Anyway, we can get into the first track here.
Yeah, track number 1, Rock Island Line.
And I gotta say, this is the kind of storytelling that I appreciate, Bob Dylan. Not whatever the hell you're trying to do. This is true storytelling.
What's the difference here, Sam? Enlighten me.
His is done in a poor singing voice, very rambly, whereas this one, he's just talking while playing the guitar. And then he launches into an actual song.
I like it. It's a good pairing of kind of that old country, almost around the campfire telling a story while also singing and switching between talking and singing. I've always liked that style.
Yeah, you had some campfire crackle in the background there, not out of place. Speaking of Bob Dylan, Timothy Chalamet is of course playing him in a coming biopic. So look forward to that.
That's funny. Struck while the iron's hot, I suppose.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll do the voice. He'll do the voice, right? I'll watch it if he does the voice.
I'll watch. I don't think Bob Dylan actually talks like that, but I want him to talk like that.
Bob Dylan has to talk. He talks a little bit like that. He sings like that.
He sings like that, yeah. But
come see my new movie.
Sam, they're making a movie about me. Shut up, Bob.
I'll watch it.
I probably won't. I'm getting sick of Timothy Chalamet, I'll tell you that.
He was in, Wonka, Dune, now this.
I think he's been in more than that.
He was in...
He's the latest English white boy that they've latched onto and put in every single goddamn movie.
I'm pretty sure he's American.
English, American. He speaks English is what I mean.
Okay, well, that's not the definition. Oh, yeah, I guess he's American French. I mean, I guess the way he spells Timothy should be.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, his last name's Chalamet.
Yeah, let me shorten it. The latest white boy they've chosen to stick in everything.
Yeah, that's not going to stop anytime soon.
No, it is not. But this is good country, Rock Island Line. This is, when I think of country music, this is what I think of. Actually, no, I first think of the shit stuff, and then I reminisce about this stuff.
This is just how I mean, I like country songs that just tell a story about like trains and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, him and trains. What's more country than a train song,
Really nothing.
And when he hits those low notes, it's just so hypnotic.
The man can hit those low notes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, you can go on then to track number 2. I heard that whistle. Oh, Lonesome Whistle.
Yes.
Brings the energy a little down.
Yeah.
So just that low strumming guitar and just Johnny's low singing notes.
Yeah, I kind of preferred the energy of the first track. I like when he does fast, like the train. But this one gives us a nice little solo around the 1 minute mark. Even if it is just kind of, his vocals dropping out.
I know. I mean, all these songs I should mention are pretty short.
Yes.
So there's not really too much breathing room throughout this album.
It's a 27-minute album, but there's 12 tracks.
So, that's you're only running about, a little over 2 minutes a track.
Yeah, and some of them don't even breach 2 minutes.
So I don't think any of them even breached 3 minutes.
No, the longest song is just shy of 3 minutes long.
So, yeah, I guess you gotta respect you're just in and out with these songs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's kind of slow and plodding, but I kind of, it's like a tall, cool glass of iced tea. You're just enjoying slowly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good way to put it. And for this one especially, he's got kind of similar vocal progression through the sections, like a similar melodic line, but it's clear enough that you kind of get pulled into the story. This is another good storytelling song.
Yeah, and most of the stories do kind of boil down to, I'm sad because I'm in love, or I'm happy because I'm in love.
Yeah, that's
so,
pretty accurate.
Not complex storytelling, right? This isn't Gravity's Rainbow over here.
No. No. It's the themes are repetitive. But that's country. We can
move on then to track number 3, Country Boy. Speaking of country.
Yeah. little kind of, we get a little bit instrumental there in the middle. Most of the song is just him saying "Country Boy." I'll be honest.
And it sounds like the fast version of the last song.
Yeah. It's rightfully under 2 minutes, but even then, I'm still tired of hearing him say "Country Boy" by the end of it.
I will say instrumentally, it sounds pretty pretty bare bones.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's kind of the country style anyway.
It's him and his hot blue guitar. Hot and blue guitar. Sorry.
Maybe some backing acoustic. Maybe the occasional percussion, but
very rarely.
Otherwise, a very, kind of 3-man group type of thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all I've got for Country Boy.
I don't have much to go on this.
I don't have much for that one. So we can move on to track 4, if the good Lord's willing.
Track number 4, the good Lord's willing.
Sorry, I stole your job there.
Which is which is basically if Johnny's saying if the weather's good, I'm coming over.
Yeah. It starts as a real toe tapper though.
Oh yeah.
And he launches into it. It's very quick lyrically. He's got a good flow to it.
I like the main hook of this one. I mean, obviously it's not too instrumentally different, but got that straightforward palette, but with a delivery that's full of charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just hear Johnny kind of smirking on some lines,
Yeah, it's definitely a DTF song. And then we get another nice little solo in the middle.
Oh yeah, he just makes sure that hot and blue guitar has time to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
We can go on then to track number 5 if you're ready, Sam.
Yes, track 5.
Cry, Cry, Cry. Which I'm pretty sure was one of his lead singles on this song.
Now, the thing that stood out to me most about this song is the fact that Sugar Daddy was a saying in 57.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it means the same thing it did then that it does now.
It sounds like it means the same thing.
It was used in the same connotation, so.
I'm also kind of uncomfortable with him saying it for some reason. I don't know why.
Why?
Okay, you're not clever.
It's a little clever.
But I can't believe that Sugar Daddy has been a saying for that long. And of course, Googling it brings up the first result as a Sugar Daddy dating app. I want the term.
Oh, you're signing up for those? You're getting up there in age, so.
I want the origin.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, that does sound like an old-timey term, right?
19th century.
Yeah. There is you could be in the 1880s having a sugar daddy.
Huh.
Didn't even have audio back then. They're still having silent movies. Didn't even have movies back then.
The word daddy was slang among prostitutes for an older man since the 16th century.
The more things change, huh?
The more they stay the same.
This is discovering gold.
The first recorded use was in 1923 in the Syracuse Herald in an episode of the story Fat Anne's Future.
Oh, come on. Just call her Anne.
I think I remember that that paper.
Oh yeah, you were reading over the Sunday funnies.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's one of those things that definitely feels like it's more recent than that. 16th century for daddy? What the hell? That's crazy.
Yeah, we've always been screwed up.
Yeah, for real.
When we were talking about Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. I really hope he's not going to beat her, the lady in this song, with how much he's saying she's going to cry.
I mean, I'm not sure if he means it in that connotation. All I know is that Johnny's down bad on this album.
It was from that time period. It could be.
I think even in the 50s, it would be in poor taste.
When did
I guess when did the Honeymooners come out? Bang pow straight to the moon.
I'm Googling it real quick.
While you're doing that, I'll move on to track number 6. Remember Me. Also known as "Remember Me, I'm the One Who Loves You."
Spousal abuse wasn't illegal until 1920
Well, that one I believe.
in all states.
Frankly, that's earlier than I expected.
Still fairly common practice to slap or spank a wife for discipline until the 70s. 73 was the first time U.S. law started using the term domestic violence.
No, well, it's not that long ago.
No, surprisingly. So we've been using the term daddy since the 16th century, but it was okay to beat your spouse until about 30 years ago.
Nice. Well,
Anyway.
track number 6 is
Track 6 is a bit lighter.
Yeah, well, I guess it's kind of a sad, slow song.
Yeah. It's not about making someone cry, at least, except maybe Johnny's crying.
Yeah, no, this one's very sleepy. I don't know about you, but
I mean, I like the
album
low
certainly
register.
yeah, I mean, but he does that on every song.
No.
Johnny's not exactly hitting falsetto notes on these songs.
True, but it's it's a nice change of pace. A little bit lower.
Sure. It's putting me to sleep right now.
Wow. Stop listening to it in your other tab then.
Well, it helps me remember the songs. It's like a superpower. That way I don't have to remember things.
That's the opposite of a superpower.
Yeah, wait, actually. What's a power that just makes you about or below average?
Life.
Okay. I'll move on to track number 7 then.
Yeah, this one is a bit... That one was just kind of the chorus twice.
So Doggone Lonesome. Another one of his singles.
The start of this sounds out of tune to me. Does it sound out of tune to you?
Right? Yeah. I noted that as well. Maybe that's just how so doggone lonesome he is.
Yeah. It kind of was like... When it started, though, I was like, ooh, you need to tune your guitar.
Maybe it was just he was trying to get the message across, right?
Yeah.
Through music, diegetically.
Yeah, that's fair.
Johnny's working on levels you can't even comprehend.
I mean, probably. He's a musician. I'm some schmuck who sits in his basement and reviews quote-unquote music.
Come on, this is music.
No, I'm saying reviews is the quotes.
Well, when you put the quotes in front of music.
I put the quotes after review.
Wasn't it? Okay, whatever.
Listen, I might have used it wrong.
Huh?
Yeah, that was it. There was no follow-up to
that. Okay. Do you have anything else to say about So Doggone Lonesome?
I will. Once you get past that out-of-tune section at the start, though, I do quite enjoy this song. It's kind of got a similar melodic flow to Folsom Prison Blues, which makes sense. But it's kind of not quite the same tier as that, but definitely getting up there. It's quite good.
Yeah, I mean, it's I will say this album is really focused on just Johnny and his guitar.
That's what it says. I mean, that's what it says on the tin.
I guess it's on the cover, right? So it's not like this is promising something that it's not delivering on. Maybe a little too focused on it.
I quite enjoyed this one, but then the out of tune section comes back during the outro as well.
So maybe it's intentional.
Yeah, I would hope it is.
Telling a story.
Yeah.
Intentionally abrasive. Johnny invented noise music.
No. I won't go that far.
Sugar daddy of shoegaze.
Is this what the kids call shoegaze?
I just say that like Bob Dylan. I don't want the idea of Bob Dylan shoegaze in my head.
God, that'd be awful.
Wall of sound.
He's already too close to wall of sound as it is. Here's my 30-minute shoegaze track. I just read my grocery list from the past 15 years.
This is my 38-minute acapella track.
Oh, God. I hate acapella. The fact that was a trend for so long. It's not good most of the time.
Come on, it's fun. They do the instruments or their voice.
No, it's not. It was fun. It's a fun thing once.
Scatting is just acapella. And you like scatting.
I do like scat music.
Huh? Okay.
I had to add the qualifier on the end there so that doesn't get taken out of context. But that's because it's bad and I enjoy bad music. Acapella tries too hard. Also,
And
because I think I hate it because of Glee. Glee was a terrible show.
well, I mean, you can't blame Glee for everything.
I can and I do. Anyway, jump into track number 8.
Track number 8, I Was There When It Happened, which is another sad cowboy song.
Well, this is more gospel, I'd say. Not quite a sad cowboy song.
I guess so, yeah. It does have a, I guess it is a little more gospel.
But we got some backing vocals with this one.
Yes, we do.
And I immediately think that this is a cover.
Is it?
I don't know. My gut just said this is a cover.
I can look it up.
I didn't bother. I was just going to make claims without backing them up.
Mind backing that up with a source?
No.
Sources, I made it the fuck up. Let's see. This is, what? This is, I guess it was written by Jimmy Davis. But it looks like it is original to the song. To this
Really?
album.
Oh, well, the more you know.
Or at least it's one of the few songs on this that doesn't have a blue link, so.
Of course, yeah, because it's not very popular.
But Jimmy wrote a couple songs on this album.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's original.
Well, it's not the best. It's okay.
There's backing vocals, that's fine.
Yeah. It's a Come to Jesus song. That's about it.
I can go then to track number 9, I Walk the Line, which has a pretty strong bass line for this album.
Yes. Also, I really enjoy how the way he says Danville. He says
Danville.
He says it like Louisville.
Danville.
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 Like he's saying Anvil, but putting Dan in front of it. Danville. I thought that was fun.
That's that country twang.
Oh wait, no. I'm looking at the next. I'm looking at old 97. Sorry. This is the one with the weird humming in it.
Oh, he does hum in this one.
Yeah.
I like it. His dulcet tones keep the song going.
Yeah, I mean, I like that each lyrical section he gets lower. He sings lower. That's fun. But the humming was just kind of off-putting.
Why you're not a humming what's the term, aficionado?
I guess you could say I'm not. I would be if he did more than just hold a single note and kind of like lean way too far back from the microphone.
maybe he's not good at humming. Maybe he's just thinking really deeply.
but he's good at singing. Why would he not be good at humming?
I mean, humming and singing are completely different.
It's just closing your mouth.
Well, yeah, but you're not saying words. He speaks through his words. Sam.
Okay, fair enough.
As do, I guess, most people. But we'll go on then to track number 10, Wreck of the Old 97.
This is
Frankly,
the one where he says Danville fun.
Yes. And frankly, I'm surprised he was able to, he's writing about a song that it's going to occur 40 years in the future.
Okay.
Like, is Johnny a time traveler?
They're talking about 1897.
Huh? No. That can't be right. There's no way he's talking about the American rail disaster involving the Southern Railway mail train, officially known as the Fast Mail, whenever it crashed in Monroe, Virginia. Because that was in 1903, Sam, not 97. Oh, wait, the train was called number 97.
Oh, well,
okay,
that makes more sense. Okay. I mean, 1903 is not that far off from 1897. I will say that. It wasn't
the year, it was the train.
Was the train made in 1897?
Crashed in 1903.
Okay, that's not what I asked.
So this is a I didn't read this before. The wreck was inspired a famous railroad ballad, i.e. this song, which was the focus of a copyright lawsuit.
Really?
Yes. I don't know how you I'll pull this up. I don't know how this becomes a copyright lawsuit. Oh, I guess because this one wasn't written for Johnny Cash. It was released originally in 1924.
Okay.
Cited as sometimes as the first million-selling record country music release in the American record industry.
Oh, wow.
and then it's been covered by a whole slew of people.
Well, you remember how
including
covers
Johnny
worked
Cash.
back in the day. Somebody would release a song, and then a month later, a white guy would release it, and it'd get a million hits.
That is, yes, that is true. But yeah, so the it wasn't this this wasn't the one that was under copyright. I guess it's just in general. I'm assuming copyright law in 1924 was looser.
Yeah, I imagine quite a lot looser. The mouse didn't have its claws in it yet. But it's pretty dark.
Crash.
It's pretty dark. I'll give it that.
It's about a real wreck where real people died.
Yeah. But he says Danville fun, so.
It does have a kind of a weirdly cheery delivery.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had some sadder songs this album. This one is not one of them, at least in terms of actual sound.
Yeah, it's delivered quite happily.
Which is, I guess, the moral of the song is, make sure to, be nice to your loved ones because they might suddenly die in a freak train accident.
I mean, yeah, you never know when it's your time.
Guess so.
Might board a Boeing plane and never hear from again.
Hey, topical.
Topical. Jumping to track
more
11.
For the wreck of the old 747, am I right? Ayo, ayo.
There you go. That one was better.
There we go. There's the zinger. We'll go on to track number 11 there. Folsom Prison Blues.
Yes. Obviously a classic. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this song.
And definitely the classic off of this album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Though I was surprised whenever and maybe it's just the way that Spotify does the listens, but it's actually one of the lower listen tracks on this album.
It's because this isn't the one that is pushed to the top.
Right.
This isn't the only album
Folsom Prison.
Yeah. Because I think the one that gets pushed to the top is the one. Let me look. I'm just gonna go to Johnny Cash because I assume it's gonna be the top song. Actually, Hurt's the top song.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, the top listened one is the one that he did live, obviously at Folsom State Prison.
Makes sense.
And then the second most is the one from he did with the Tennessee 2 from Johnny Cash sings Hank Williams.
That's one of my favorite things of old artists is just constantly re-releasing their old songs.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening through Carlos Jobim's discography a little bit back, and every time the same song came up on a new album, I'd clap. I'm like, oh, I know that one. He's done like 5 times already.
Listen, they had a good they would get a hit and then they'd just ride that hit forever.
Like, I love Girl from Ipanema as much as the next guy. And that's it.
Was there anything else that was as good as that one?
I mean, the 5 other times he recorded it.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, Folsom Prison Blues, obviously. Great song. Love the way he says whistle. He does the HWH.
Whistle.
Yeah. We get an actual solo in there. Granted, it's 2 solos and it's the same solo twice, but it's complex and it's an actual solo.
It's true. So, I mean, I think it's a classic country song about murdering someone, right? I feel like that, love, and trains is like the 3 genres of country music.
Prison. This one's about prison and trains, so there you go. It's hitting.
Yeah, that's true.
Not hitting the love, but this is the longest song on the album, just pushing 3 minutes.
Lengthy for Johnny.
Getting up there.
And then, of course, we go on to the 12th and final track on the album, Doing My Time, which feels like a narrative follow-through to the last song about murdering someone.
Yes. I wanted to pull that subway picture up. It's it's the picture of the foot long where it says, "Why am I in prison?" And it's, "My brother in Christ, you murdered a man just to watch him die."
Hey, look, at least you know Johnny says he's got to do his time to Folsom Prison Blues, which reminded me of that one Over the Garden Wall song, also about trains.
Mm-hmm.
In
I
depth,
love
now
that
that
song.
I think about it.
But this one, I will. I had this ruined for me because he does the Lord thing.
Yeah.
Which Futurama just killed for me. Do you remember that one episode about where Bender wants to be a blues singer?
I don't think I ever saw that one.
But he writes a song and like every line starts with a Lord, and it gets a bit much.
I mean, Johnny, he knew he invented it, right? He's not copying anyone, presumably, maybe actually. Copyright law again, pretty loose back then. But yeah, that's the last song of the album.
Yeah. The one final note is I wonder if the gal is the same in each song where she's mentioned, or if it's a different woman every time.
They have a very complex relationship in that case. Yeah, if you see this some sort of like if you take it as some sort of consistent narrative throughout the album, it gets pretty dark in the back half.
Yes. This guy has led a really strange life.
Very train-related life.
Very train-related and gone to prison several times, undetermined how many times.
But yeah, that's the album.
That's all she wrote. We got to rank it now. Sorry, I was touching my gelato cup.
That's okay.
There was a
euphemism.
I was licking. No, it's not. I have a. There was a couple little nibbles left of chocolate that I wanted to get. I was eyeing them up while you were talking.
Yeah.
So we gotta pick our favorite and least favorite. So let's do favorite first because I think we're gonna align. What's your favorite song, Coop?
Mine's actually Rock Island Line.
Wow.
The opener.
I'll be honest. I was very close to picking that as well.
Well, I'm guessing yours was Folsom Prison Blues.
Yes. But, I mean, if I had to pick a new one from a song that I don't listen to at least like once every 2 weeks, it would be Rock Island Line. That one really, I don't know why, that one just really was good. I like that storyteller-esque characteristic it's got going on there.
Quite nice. Well, then what's your least favorite track, Sam?
I gotta say Country Boy.
Okay.
Because it was not very good. And he says country boy too many times. And it's not really got much going for it. And for some reason it was placed third. What about you? What's your least favorite?
Mine's probably You Remember Me.
Fair.
It's just like a kind of a more plotting, slower song.
Yeah, that was the second
little
worst.
Too sleepy.
Yeah. It's also
I'm
much
not trying
more
to take
repetitive.
a Johnny nap. I said I'm not trying to take a Johnny nap. I said I'm not.
Is that someone I should know? Is that someone famous?
No, it was a slant rhyme with cash.
How does nap rhyme with cash?
So,
like
what's the rating
Cockney
system here,
slang
Sam? Cash.
I still don't get it.
What's the rating system here?
Okay.
Because we got to rate the album.
Okay. Well, here at Audio Shop Podcast, obviously, since we're covering Cash this week, we're talking about trains. And, you know, what's more of a modern day train than the car, right? They're even called train cars. You're just cutting out the middleman. So at the tip top, we've got showroom. The Cash is over right in the showroom here. Sorry. That's the tip top, cream of the crop, best of the best. You know, you're showing it in the showroom. Everybody wants it. And then at the very bottom of the barrel, you got scrapyard. Ooh, yuck. Get it away from me. It's actively killing me. And then high, low, everything in between. So Cooper, what would you rate Johnny Cash with his hot and blue guitar?
Oh, okay. And it's hot and blue. Then I'll give it a high fixer-upper. I think it good. I think Johnny's obviously very good at what he does. I've just never been crazy for even old style country. I mean, it's got its charms, of course.
Yeah.
His train mentions per capita on this album are through the roof.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Gotta love trains.
And it's a very consistent experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a very much a mileage may vary per person kind of thing. But so for me, it's pretty middle of the road in terms of I enjoyed it, but I don't really have much of a desire to actively revisit or kind of go through too much of his back catalog here,
Mm-hmm.
beyond the big hits. So if you're looking for something classic, something country, it's worth throwing on. What about you, Sam?
I'm gonna give it a like new.
Okay.
I'm quite a big fan of old country, and Cash specifically, because he's got such a fantastic voice. And I don't want to do another one of these anytime soon, where you sit and analyze it, but just having it on as music instead of the bastardization of listening we do when we write about things. I feel like it'd be a lot more enjoyable. And I know I do enjoy it because I listen to him on occasion. So, I'm a little more tempted to go through his back catalog and just throw it up. I mean, I'm not sure I want to listen to Folsom Prison Blues 5 times in 3 hours, but
You would?
I would, yeah, if I were to do that. So maybe we'll see. I don't know. I've got the inkling to try it.
I mean, if you do, his back catalog is extensive.
Yeah, 63 discs at the least.
Yeah.
Well, that's Audio Shop for this week. Now we're going to roll on over to the Spare Tire, which is just whatever else we've been listening to for the past week. Or 2 weeks, since I had to cancel last week. Sorry about that.
Happens.
So what have you been listening to, Coop?
What have I been listening to? I've been listening to quite a few new albums. Let's see. The Lemon Twigs released a new EP, and their album from last year was one of my favorite albums of the year, so that was quite a fun listen. I listened to the album Loving by Loving, which was also quite enjoyable. Tara Whack released a new album, Worldwide Whack, which I enjoyed. She doesn't release too often, so kind of her music's always fun to listen to, as well as the end. In the end, it always does by the Japanese House, which was kind of a very nice, mellow, well sung album. Though if you listen to anything this week, listen to Brittany Howard's "What Now." She was the lead singer in Alabama Shakes. I'm not sure if you've listened to any of their stuff, Sam.
Can't say that I have. She
is a great singer, and this is a very bombastic album that I thoroughly enjoyed. So some newer releases this week, honestly. What about you, Sam? You been listening to anything?
Well, there was a lo-fi version of Ghost by Mystery Skulls released.
By
Mystery Skulls. He released it.
Okay.
So I listened to it a little bit, but it was very quiet and not suited for road listening. So I gotta revisit that. I listened through about half of it before I said I am not getting the lo-fi part of this. I need to do this when I can put my headphones in and it's quiet. And then also I was hitting up some 90s hip hop.
Okay.
Because for some reason I had let's see, where is it? I had Hypnotize stuck in my mind.
Who's that by?
By the Notorious B.I.G.
Ah, nice. We reviewed one of his albums.
We did. And for some reason that song wormed its way into my ear, and I didn't know the name. I assumed it was B.I.G., but I wasn't certain. So I found a 90s hip-hop playlist and just started going through it. And along the way, I listened to quite a few things. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this song. And then I eventually found it and was happy.
I'm a big 90s hip-hop fan as well.
Yes, agreed.
Your stuff's good as well. I feel as maybe, and we've talked to this before, our general disdain towards the 2000s musics.
Yes.
Like 2010
yes.
past or 1999 before is generally pretty good, but that area in the middle there was
really bad.
It was a rough spot.
Has Lil Nas X released anything new recently?
He is It's funny you should mention that. He's releasing a new album here soon-ish.
Ooh.
Let me pull up the album name because I remember it being.
Oh, I'm sure it's extra.
Let's see. Well, he just released a new single to it for his project called J Christ. I'll let you guess who he's comparing himself to in that song.
Shit, I don't know. See, normally I would say, what a pretentious asshole, but I know he's just doing it to piss off.
Yes, it's definitely
piss people off. So I'm like, yeah, more power to you. Do that.
New album. What was it called? Well, all I know is that the album art has him being crucified.
Fantastic.
So obviously that's what he's going for. But yeah, he should be coming out with a second album here.
I'm excited. We should check that out when it comes out because he had his first one was.
Yeah, Montero was really good.
Yeah, I mean it was a little rough around the edges, but damn, I mean how old is he's not super old, and it was his first album. So,
do you want me to actually tell you his age, Sam? Do you want to feel old?
Oh God, is he younger than us? I mean, everyone's younger than us. We were born in the 1700s.
Yeah, he was born in 1999. 24.
Yeah,
so whenever Montero came out, he was like what, 22?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my partner about this the other day. How old was Biggie when he died? He was like, what, 24? And how many albums did he release by the time he turned 24?
Like 2, I think. He actually didn't release that many albums. Well, I mean, because he died very young. Yeah, he died at age 24.
Yeah. And, I mean, he's still he's got a lot of staying power. I mean, I feel like a lot of people know him today.
Oh, yeah. They're, I mean, Ready to Die and Life After Death are both very good albums.
Yeah. And same for, like, Tupac. Tupac wasn't that old when he died either. I think he might have been in his 30s, though.
No, Tupac was 25.
25, jeez. So, yeah, I mean, he's stick. Hopefully, heaven forbid something happens to Lil Nas, but the youngins are talented.
Yeah, passing the torch, aren't we, Sam?
yeah. I've never made anything musical that wasn't just writing lyrics over something that already existed.
Hey, that's Weird Al does that. So
true.
He's a musician.
He does it with class, though. Mine's just crass.
You do it with ass.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, we've waffled on for long enough. If you've liked what you've heard for some reason and you want to hear some more of it, you can go to scroll down on the Twitch page. There's the picture of Jeff Lynne. You know what he looks like. Come on, if you're listening to this now and you don't know who Jeff Lynne is, go look him up. Come on, I reference him enough. But that'll take you to YouTube, where almost all the past episodes are. And if you're on YouTube and you want to watch us live, 8 p.m. Eastern, usually every Sunday. We'll see about that one. Might not be the case. We might be missing 2 weeks here, Coop. But we can talk about that in a second.
We'll talk about that.
Because obviously Easter, and then Comic-Con for me next weekend. And I don't think I'm going to be back early enough for this. So, but where can you find us on Blue Sky? Right? That's the thing that everybody uses.
Yeah, we're on Blue Sky. You can find us at Audio Shop Pod. That's POD. We'll let you know what we're listening to and when we're going to listen to it. Or review it, I should say. Yeah.
And you should listen to it beforehand so that you can, listen to what we say and say, these guys suck. They don't know what they're talking about.
They didn't mention trains once in that album. What are they talking about?
Johnny Cash is a female vocalist. But anyway, thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time.
See you later, shoppies.
See ya.